Hello and welcome. I'm with Patrick Moriarty of Moriarty Financial Services. And Patrick, you've been in the financial services industry for over 35 years, serving the Washington, D.C. area. And over this course of 7 financial blind spots, you've just taught us so very much. And today we're talking about Roth conversions. And I contribute to my Roth. What's the difference between contribution and conversion?
Well, that's a great question, and that's a great way to start this conversation, because that's what most people know, right? Make a contribution. We're working, we take money out of our checking account, and we deposit that money into a Roth IRA. That's a Roth contribution, and it's not to get confused with a Roth conversion. So a Roth conversion is different. It's something that we can do when we're working or retired.
Okay.
But basically what we're doing is we're taking a distribution from our IRA or our 401k or thrift savings plan. We're paying tax on it today, and then we're redepositing those funds into our Roth IRA, where that money will grow, compound, tax-free forever for our use or our beneficiaries' use. So when our children inherit it, it'll be tax-free to them as well, and they can let that money grow in the Roth for 10 years after we pass away. So it can compound and grow for a long period of time. And that's what we need. We need to build up, that extra bucket of tax-free money for retirement.
So why is this considered a blind spot?
Well, because a lot of people don't know that it exists, to be honest. I mean, it's just it's not talked about a lot. And, if somebody is, let's say, is 65 years old, the ideal person for this is someone who is, let's say, 65. They're retired, maybe they're collecting Social Security, maybe they have a pension and they don't need money out of the IRA. Does it make sense for this to grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger? We talked about it previously, the RMDs get bigger and bigger and bigger. And how might that impact somebody in retirement, the bigger distributions? And everyone's different. So this isn't a one size fits all. A Roth conversion might not be right for everybody. The dollar amount might not be right for everybody. So everyone's different. We have to take a really, fine-tuned look at everyone's situation to see if it's the right fit or, the right thing for them.
So at what point in someone's life should they start thinking about Roth conversions
I would
all
say,
the pieces of the puzzle of retirement?
I think with Roth conversions, it's right when they get close to stop working, because their income comes down. And so an example of this, an example of a Roth conversion, I just had a client in my office last week, and she just retired, but she retired later. She's 71. So now she has 2 more years before she has to take her RMD at 73. So we've decided that over the next 2 years, we're going to take a small amount out. It's between $40,000 and $50,000. We're going to take that money out, pay the tax on it today, deposit it into the Roth IRA for the next 2 years, and let this money grow and compound for her daughter. And that money will grow, if she lives another 20 years, it'll grow for 20, and then it can stay in for another 10. So it could be 30 years of growth and compounding. So she doesn't want her IRA to get too big. She doesn't want her RMDs to get too big. So it really makes sense for her to do a conversion. And we don't want to take out too much, because if we take out too much, then her Medicare benefits cost her more every month. So there's a lot of things to look at. Everyone's different. The dollar amount's different. The age in which you do it is different. But it's important to understand it. And if it makes sense for you, take advantage of it.
Right. So just retirement and planning, it's not a one size fits all. And in a previous show, you did mention a staggering number that 67% of folks don't have a plan at all.
For sure. Yeah. That's Charles Schwab did a study, and basically they said that 67% of Americans don't have a written plan. And that's my mission. That's my goal, is to try and talk to as many people and help them with the planning process. So if you have an interest in looking at these 7 blind spots and putting together a written plan, give us a call, reach out to us, email us, go to my website, and set up a time for us to get together. We can have a quick meeting to see if we're a good fit, and if so, we can put this planning process together for you.
Folks, it's never too early and it's never too late. But it's good to know the 7 financial blind spots, and it's good to just get the ball rolling on your plan. Patrick, thank you so much. I've learned so much from you. I appreciate you joining us,
Thank
and
you.
thank you for watching.